I just want to know how it works.
So the way that this is going to work is if you feel the need that you need to leave and you have that urge or desire to no longer be here or to travel on a travel into unknown, you will a door. You will bring forth the will to open a door. Say, I am willing and I am concentrating on the image of a door.
Okay.
And
Do I have to try?
it's just gonna
Go ahead.
appear in front of you. Like
Do I have to? Do I? Hmm?
I'm trying to explain. You have to
Okay,
like
go.
imagine a door. It's not gonna be like a roll or anything. It's you can be in the middle of escape down a hallway and you're gonna be like, fuck it, let's take the gamble. I imagine a door. And you'll look back at whatever's happening, then look back in front of you, and there's just gonna be a door just appeared in a wall.
Or
and then I'm just
you
gonna
put a door between the two of you, open it up, and let them run through the door.
Please God, make it like Chalk Zone.
Well, want to
He
know
has
is
to draw it in chalk. That would be fucking awesome.
that would be good.
No, if you want me to draw in the chalk, I don't fucking care. I just want to
Like
know,
Chalk Zone.
do I have to transverse it?
Do you
That's the
have to
question.
transfer? Do you have to go through the door?
Yes.
Ooh, this is where it's gonna get tricky. You could say open the door, and then figure out if you want to go through it or not. But if you go through and that door shuts, it's gone.
You could make it like a black shimmer so he doesn't know what's on the other side.
Don't say that.
I could.
Jeez. Is that a probability or
Yeah,
that's like?
yeah. So you can't be like, nah.
What's behind door number 1?
Yeah. And you can only summon
And
one
the
door
question
at a
is,
time.
can't. Oh damn! I was thinking if I could summon
Nope, one door
multiple
at a time.
doors.
Nope, it's one door at a time.
Is it like a once for long rest type deal, or
That was my question.
Just one door at a time. He can be like, all right, cool. I'm gonna do this and open Black Veil. Okay, cool. But if you all go through and that door shuts, it disappears.
So
Can I stick my
then he
finger
has
in
to
it?
create another door inside the plane of existence that he goes into to get out of the next plane of existence.
You can chain it like that, but like you go into that plane, door shuts, disappears. You still have that power.
Does his ability bring him back to the regular
No.
plane, or does it? It's completely always random. Does it have to be on a wall, or can it appear out of nowhere?
It has to be on a solid surface of a door.
So he can, like, for instance, do like a trap door on the floor.
No. Standard walking door. So shadow would disappear when the insides of the door disappears.
So essentially, if there's a plane of existence with no fucking walls, you shit out of luck. You have to build a wall like Trump to build a door.
Exactly. If you get stuck in the planar distance, you best find someone that's traveling on the same planar pathway and be like, hull of the ship. Door.
Can I stick my finger before I go through the door to see if it's
Question.
survivable at least?
Just the
Because
tip.
bro, I rather lose the tip, bro, than the whole ship, bro. What the fuck? Like,
No, shadow would not disappear. The door itself would disappear. The door itself, the pathway.
so if I open a pathway and I just hop in, it will disappear for everybody. So I have to let my
If that door shuts. So if you go in and say, "Oh, that's everybody," and the door just goes, that's it.
So wait. Is it possible I could grab one of the people probably later on in the future, tie him in a rope, throw him in, and pull him back out to see if he's not crusty?
Yeah, you could.
Okay, that's good to know. Who got rope?
But also at the same time, you could literally also just door stop.
Well, you said I can't stick a finger to it, so I'd rather
But you can't
burn
open
somebody
it and be
else.
like, huh? No, you can't do that number.
Okay, if I transverse to the other world and the door's still open, can I go back into that door, or does it disappear when I just go to another dimension?
If you go through and you somehow prop that door, keep the door propped open, you can then open the door and go back to the original world.
Okay. Okay, that's what I want to know.
No,
I just want to know
once
like
it's
if I just want to know if somebody transverse or whatnot, the
no.
door
It's like the D&D version
vanishes.
of the Poltergeist.
Yeah, really. But also, if you go through and you have the door stop and the other guy's on the other side, they can be like, "Bye."
Well, I'm never gonna go through. I'm gonna send something.
So
Oh, well,
that.
we have
Well,
a
we
lot
have
of
time.
food
We have
and
a
shit. We
lot of
could just
time,
throw.
and this
We
can
have a lot of
also
food and shit.
this potentially can derail the campaign horribly, horribly. But that just means I have to improv a fuck ton really quick, really fast.
It's
You
gonna
know,
be three
Shadow, this could be
people.
a good way to get rid of enemies.
Shh. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Well, the thing is, you like to collect their teeth, so it's kind of hard to get rid of them after you collect the teeth.
What?
Mm,
No, I mean like we're getting attacked. You open a door, trip him, kick his ass inside, and close it.
Oh, we could shove, right?
you
Yeah.
could. You could threaten someone with a good time or a really bad time. That's how it works.
So it has to be walking door. It can't be underground door or
Correct. It
nothing
has
like
to be.
that.
It has to be a walkable and traversable door on a solid surface. It cannot be a trap door, a skylight door, an attic door, or a fucking door in a pouch. It has to
But
be a standard 7 by 3.5 foot doorway.
true. So it
I'm
could,
gonna start carrying around a 6 foot by 3 foot barricade. And like fucking.
bro. We will just put a little frame here. Put the door in. Can it be on
Uh,
any type
I'll
of
learn.
surface?
I'll learn carpentry and leave wood
And
inside of my pouch.
any type of surface, like I said, any type of surface that can be used as a flat surface for a door. So the hull of a ship, if it's flat enough
And tall enough.
and tall enough, you could also do like the mast of a ship and have it as like a curved door. Uh,
I just want to know limitation. So it could be in a cave,
it could
basically,
technically be on a cave wall, yes. If the
or in the
wall,
sewers that we are right now. Any wall, basically.
technically,
We're not following
somewhere
building
else.
code.
Yeah, we're not
No, I'm trying
following.
to figure.
You're technically not in the sewers anymore, so.
But still, a wall. Anything
Yes.
anything that Igor doesn't have to crouch
So,
should be good, I suppose.
in all honesty, if we refer to map currently right here, I know we're not doing. We're talking to the people watching us on Twitch right now. I know we're having fun bullshitting. So, you see this wall, how it's jagged, right here.
Were you,
Boop, boop, boop.
were you, okay, yes. That's not acceptable.
No, that would be acceptable because it could be inlaid in the stone an inch or two, just enough to get that full surface coverage for a door. But say
It could
if
be
I'm,
like one of those speak friend and enter type deals.
yeah, but if like, oh, I want to put a door right here on the ground and open it up, absolutely not.
No.
But if also,
What?
yeah, so but like if there was like a clean face and of like a sheer worn out cliffside, you could be like door
Okay.
and be okay.
What's the time frame for me to summon door? Is
At
there any
will.
limitation? I will.
So it's. I will say it's. I will give you the cautionary tale of it being at will. So you could be like, I want the door. That's all you would have to say or think would be something along the lines of like, I want the door. And you have to, and it like pops in within the next
So you said
second or two.
okay. So I'm just want to get the thing straight. It has to be a feasible wall or entrance where I could land it. I could summon it at will. There's no way to me know what's the other side unless I throw something and bring it back.
You throw something, bring it back, or traverse it yourself.
Okay. So in other words, Dennis could make anything like a spying eye or something like that. He could throw the other side.
You can't spy and
Fuck is
eye
that?
yourself through it.
Okay. I don't know.
You have to physically
So no other
You have
material
to
could pass
physically
by.
push your head through. You physically have to push your head through. You can't be like, oh, let me just magical telescope this bitch. No.
What about like a familiar or
throw.
something?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Can I throw a human body to see at least if it's burning when I come bring it back in, or no?
Why are you so scared about shit burning?
Or I don't know. It sounds like Dante's Inferno for some reason.
I know.
I just want to know. I just want
It's
to know.
great.
The
I just want
only
to.
the only plane that you should worry about something catching on fire like that would probably be one of the elemental planes of existence.
That, but
Yeah.
it's still a probability, right?
It's like one or two. Like it would be the plane of fire. If there's
Yeah.
a plane of magma or lava or something like that,
Yeah,
then
that's
maybe that. But
I only
that
have
I
one other
don't think
question.
exists.
Duration of the door
But
when
it
cast.
could.
Oh, duration of the door. The door will
Yeah, come on.
disappear when
Okay, pregúntalo.
everyone has gone through.
the door
Either
closed.
everyone has gone through or the door closes, like I've said.
No, as in like how long does he have to open it before it disappears?
Oh, when he doesn't want the door anymore. So if he wills it, and then moves on. He's, I just want to summon the door and throw this person in. The minute that he's no longer interested in the door, it's gone.
So theoretically, as long as he's interested in it, it'll stay exponentially.
But he has. It's like a
As long
concentration.
as it hasn't been used.
It's like
Oh,
a
okay,
concentration spell, similar to that.
Yeah, that was my question. Got it.
Mhm.
So if somebody has
So-
foil and I decide not to will it, will they be chopped in half?
We're not gonna play.
You
We're not
said-
gonna play that half-ass possibility. We're gonna.
Okay, no, I'm just asking.
No, you
I
can't,
need
be
to
like, you
I-
can't be like door and then just like shut. You can't,
Well, I'm
So
just trying to think
if
of like
he's
like
concentrating on a spell, will he drop concentration on the spell he has up currently for the door?
Yes, I will say that it takes full concentration to summon the door.
And to keep it open or feasible.
Feasibly to keep it open, yet to open it and keep it in existence.
Okay.
Damn, I want to
This
have
is-
fast. So if there's like an OP boss, just
I'm glad you
drag
guys
his head in.
I'm glad you guys
cop
are
it.
asking these questions because it matters. You can't because it matters, and there's a lot of potential what ifs. But when push comes to shove, and Shadow potentially opens the store, all hell is probably going to break loose. But at the same time, if you prop the door open, and then you're
Cool
trying,
down.
I will figure the
Cool
cooldown.
down.
I'll figure out a
Oh,
cooldown.
I thought you said there wasn't. I could just dismiss as
I thought about
please.
that. I was like, you need a cooldown for this. I'll roll.
Fuck.
I'll roll for it.
Damn. Now, question.
You know what? You should roll
Sorry.
each time and make it like.
Yeah. That's what I want to know.
Yeah. that'd be
Is there
kinda
is there a roll I could throw to see what dimension I'm gonna go?
Nope.
Or do you want it?
Oh,
It's
that's all
totally
him.
fucking random. Fuck.
This bad
Are you
boy
gonna
right
roll on
here.
your side at least?
This
Are
bad
you
boy
gonna roll on
right
your
here.
side?
This bad boy right
Are you
here.
gonna roll?
You know what
Are-
you should do, Uncle? You should do like a D100 for cooldown time once you've entered the plane, so you have to stay there for a certain amount of time.
That's what I was thinking of.
Well, he said I'm possible to stick my head in and stick it back out. So.
We're talking about like when the door closes once you've entered
Oh,
the
okay.
plane.
Yeah.
Because you've actively used the door, then it should have a cooldown. So you
I
can't
just want to know.
go in,
It's
jump
like,
out, go in, jump out, go in, jump out.
yeah.
Once per day.
No. Once per day if he doesn't traverse. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
We don't know how time flows in that plane, so.
absolutely not.
Nobody does.
Because
Well,
it's
the thing
one of
is,
13
who's-
15 different dimensions.
Yeah, there's 15 dimensions. It's possible that we go to that dimension, but it's not possible we're going back to our dimension. And the thing is, if we go back to our dimension, we have no control where the fuck we're gonna pop out,
Correct.
which is crazy.
Osamir's
And you said there's no contraption, no familiar that could help us in that decision. It's all up to you.
You, Shadow, have to be the initial opener. Because it is
Who has to
your
be the
spell.
initial transverse person or check it out? Or nobody else could do that?
No. You have to be the one that opens the door, and then like
Mhm.
Gingie or Piglet can walk in. But you have to be the one to open the door to start it, because it is your concentration.
Okay.
Is that what we're gonna do? Are we gonna try to start off the session waking up and being like, you know what? I feel like changing scenery.
Well, I was gonna say I had a dream, but whatever you
Yeah,
want to do.
we could do that.
Well,
We could do
before that, how many gems we're missing? Is it 2, 3?
No, you're missing You're missing 3.
3, right? Okay.
Yeah.
There's other. I was talking to Gingie earlier. I was just trying to figure out, is there any entrances aside that hole? Because I saw like in the bottom left corner some corridors.
There's pathways. This looks like it used to be a mine shaft, abandoned abandoned and forgotten. As you see, the skeletons have been picked, bone dry, and if not formed into the dirt and stone around them, almost fossilized. A little bedwork and stone fire, but that's been out for who knows how long. The beds, you don't even remember seeing beds that old in Grandma's house. This seems to be a forgotten and closed off section from the beginning of the building of the town, so only they would know the records or something like that.
Okay.
Did we roll on seeing if we would know what these purple?
Nope, none of you did, and I let it go. None of you. You were just like, "Oh, it burns when you get close to it. Let's go."
Yeah, I felt that badly.
Yeah.
But can I use a Okay.
You're
So you
technically
said
asleep right now.
okay. That's what I'm asking. I'm like, I want to know like if their sleep phase passed or not.
Right now, y'all are asleep. I can start the intro and kick it up with your dream that you have, and we can play it from there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Unless anybody else has any questions.
Yeah, I mean, Gingie, Piglet,
Gingie, Dennis.
Well, I had mentioned earlier about a familiar. I meant if he opened the door and we sent a familiar, like if we had a familiar or an NPC go in and come out.
Doesn't a familiar have to be on the same plane of existence as you?
Yes.
We can do an NPC then.
You kick an orphan through. There's a joke. There's a joke there that only I get, so that's why I said that.
Okay, cool.
Wait,
sorry. I was the only one that laughed at that one. You said the fucking orphan.
We sending an orphan?
No. It's a fucking inside joke with myself.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay. So anybody has any other questions? You said if for instance a rope could pass by to the next realm, right?
Piglet, I lost it.
Oh my
that
god.
was great.
He's done.
That was great.
Duncan.
I'm here.
And can a rope pass by the doorway clearly
Yes,
or not?
you can hold on to one end of the rope and toss the rope through.
Okay, that's what I want to know.
Okay. Oh, good lord. Cog Tower Enter the Fist. Love it.
My favorite movie.
They're making a second one.
There you go.
Oh, amazing.
I know.
You're welcome.
I want to see Spaceballs too.
I do too.
Is there Spaceballs 2?
Yep, confirmed.
Yes.
Mel Brooks confirmed it. He's almost.
Let's fucking go.
38 years later, boys.
Bro, no, that's fucking awesome. Especially the gate. What's the password? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's like, oh, that's my
password.
Yeah, oh, that's my closet password or some shit like that.
That's my briefcase.
What I laughed as a kid was
God.
that when I laughed as a kid was like, let's jam the satellites. They actually threw jam on that.
Yeah, it was fucking great. Mel Brooks, comedic genius. Okay.
Boom the desert.
That's back. Okay.
Shit. You know, that actor has done over 35 other years of acting experience. That's the one, and through like multiple TV shows, multiple movies, everything else, that's the one role he's remembered by.
Are you talking about the Darth Vader?
No.
Or
The
guy with the.
Oh, I thought it was the Darth Vader guy.
That's what everyone knows him from. Is the guy that says we ain't found shit.
Nobody knows him. Nobody knows the Pizza Hut guy though.
No one knows him. Anyway.
Okay, let's go. Sorry.
It's okay. We can have this as a bullshit session, or we can have fun.
We're having fun. We're just bullshitting. Come on. Like, it is what it is.
As as the magic burns your skin and tingles your nervous system and even your brain, you feel no longer compelled to grapple people, but instead you have this weird vision of a door spinning in space, opening and closing, opening and closing. Every time it opens and closes is a different world beyond said door. And as you go to reach out to touch the door, you're awakened by a bright white light, and you are woken up. You're woken up with your party members stirring and awakening themselves. On the other side of this chasm, in between y'all, with the purple light still glowing faintly from underneath the opening. It would be significant. So, what do you guys choose to do? You wake up, Dennis and Igor. Excuse me.
I'm assuming we are still a good ways away from the P Diddy.
Yes, you are about 50, 60 feet away from P Diddy. Currently. Yep, 50, 55 feet away.
Perfect. Okay.
Chosen one!
Who's the chosen one?
You.
Chosimba.
So I'm the chosen one of the doors?
Apparently so, according to your significant dream.
So I could be called Hodor?
You could be called Hodor.
It could also be called Ramona Flowers.
Oh, the door.
That's a good one.
Love
Love that drop.
I am called Hodor now. Lord Hodor. Lord.
There you go. There's your magical fucking sign to call the door. You have to call out Hodor. Like a hoe. Like a hoe, the door has to open.
Bro, I'm from the hood, so no, I mean, I'm from the Caribbean, so I short shit, so it's called ho, ho, or hi ho.
However,
Okay, I mean, I kind of want to see if I can go towards the hole, and
okay.
see if I can see what the hell it is, like with my
Your magic instinct.
or something.
So, Dennis walks towards the edge of the chasm with some of the faint purple light emitting onto him. As you look down and see the light becoming brighter and brighter, the veins of this magical ore or whatever it is, this power, almost starting to pulsate and go from bright to dim, bright to dim. You do start to feel the tips of your fingers tingle and the surface of your skin start to flinch a little bit, as if you're standing out in the sun a little bit too long.
Got it. Okay. So just roll Arcana or what?
You can roll Arcana, you can roll History, or that would be it. It would be Arcana or History.
Oh, nat 20, bitch.
It's good shit. So, what you recognize this to be is a magical source and a magical ore. Hold on, I had this somewhere. Give me 1 second.
Well, Duncan, thanks. Gingie,
What's up?
since we are probably in a stone surface, can I map out the rest of the thing for 150 feet or no?
So with 2024 Tremor Stone Cunning,
Mm-hmm.
I think it gives you tremor sense, which really only gives ability to things that are like in like the opening. So you might be able to get like some tunnels.
Yeah, I just want to know, like, if
Thank
I
you,
go
Only
close in that
100.
Waz.
corridor.
Thank you, Waz. So this specific material is called Mysterium, and the burning sensation that you are feeling when you get close to it is literally its magical energy radiating out of itself and manifesting into physical harm. It can be processed into ingots just like any other materials could, but it has a magical core essence to it. So that means it can be the core of a magical item, it can be the core of a magical energy source. Yes, pain. It can be
Damn, I can't eat
used.
it.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
So technically, so it's similar to that, to where if I want to make um, a furnace that forever is hot and be able to magically control that furnace at a certain temperature, I would make the bed of the bed of the furnace out of Mysterium, out of this element, and put magic power to control it to heat and stay up at that level. Or I would always use it like in a small, super small sliver dose, like an ever burning torch, or to forever have magical, to forever have a magical focus to keep a spell permanently up, or a larger spell permanently up, like a force field or something.
Is this like a gem that's sitting there, or is it like
It
an
is.
ore in the
It's like
wall, or is it
It
like
is like an ore in the wall.
so? It's not like just a rock sitting on the ground.
No, it is ore. It is like an actual ore vein.
Hmm.
Hey, dwarf. You know a lot about rocks, right?
Yeah. So,
So would you know how they mine this stuff without getting third-degree burns?
wouldn't I have to roll for that?
You would roll.
Hmm.
You would have to roll history for that.
Fuck.
Hmm.
Why you guys? Let me see if I could go in. Fuck.
Question. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm grasping at straws here, but would it be possible to me to frostbite it so
No,
it doesn't cause a burn? No, okay. Because it causes frost to form, but on a creature though.
no. For this instance, that would not work.
Fuck. Why was
The
that the way when I'm?
I like the
the
thinking, but
problem the
no.
problem is trying to get close enough to it where it doesn't burn you.
It's the point of the magical energy is so intense, it manifests like a burn.
Hmm.
Give me 1 second because I'm outside smoking like always. 1 second.
Also, to answer your question earlier, Shadow, your tremor sense, you can only see up to 60 feet for 10 minutes.
How far down is the ore from the surface,
About
or at
50.
least some of it?
Uh,
Like a
the
weaker
the
sense of it, not
weaker
like a bigger
sense,
piece.
maybe about 8 to 10 feet down. You could leap. You could leap down to say, ba ba da ba, this platform, and you could see. You could touch like super thin, weak veins that are like this right here. Yes, touch the vein. Made it
Okay,
weird.
I want to try and go down to that point where I know it's not gonna basically like it'll maybe be uncomfortable but not kill me in a sense, and try to see
Yeah.
if I can get some of it.
So, as you're doing so, we have Bartholomew trying to remember for Mysterium the mining process that the dwarves would use for this.
Give me
Uh,
1 second.
mhm.
I'll go upstairs. Let me
As
go downstairs, bro.
so you crawl down, you kind of scale down to this little platform right here, and some of the veins are maybe like an inch, inch and a half wide, but a darker purple. Not so much radiating, but still has some magical presence to it. Your skin feels like it's like someone has a heat lamp over it. All over your
Strike it with
exposed skin.
Halele.
With Shillelagh?
Yeah.
Alright, strike it with Shillelagh. See what happens.
Do we need to roll like an attack to hit, or is it just a
Yes.
hit or damage?
Roll like you're versing an AC.
Okay. Does a frickin' wall have DR?
Yes. Magical ores have magical properties, have magical shit. You strike it, and it just bounces off.
I get 2 hits.
Okay, and with an 18, you'll be able
23.
to. Yes, you're using your staff or you're using a sword.
It's Shillelagh. So it's a staff, but it's magically imbued.
Okay, so with the staff hit, you are able to angle it just right, and almost like you're carving out a chunk. The tip of your staff digs in and almost scoops out a solid 2-inch chunk of the vein, and it tosses and tumbles on the floor in front of you. Bartholomew, with a 19, you would remember that to process this specifically, the dwarves and other miners would have big, thick pads encumbering their whole body, gloves going up and down their arms, masks covering their face that would help reflect or bounce off the magical properties or energy of the vein to get in there with either adamantiumite or an orichalcum leveled pickaxe or mining material drill bits to process this ore very meticulously. And
Okay.
for a vein of this size, it would take them close to a year to get everything within like a 15 foot 20 foot distance. But any deeper than like the 20-foot mark, you would start where you bounce down to. You would die in a matter of a few minutes if you didn't have any protection.
Okay.
So you got
Igor.
lucky.
Okay, yo, Igor. Well, I'm
I
tell
got
the
a crazy
guys.
question.
I was gonna tell the guys what I remembered. Everybody heard it. We need special materials and special pickaxe. And how I see more or less this deep hole, it'll take like more or less a year with a group. And unfortunately, I'm not equipped, or nor the group is, to do this.
Nah, but I got a theoretical.
Okay.
Not Igor. Chris has a theoretical.
Okay, let's hear it.
What about anti-magic field?
Go on.
If you use it on something that uses magic, it takes away its magical properties. So couldn't they, in theory, just drop down a magical like sphere to take away that magical property for the time being? They would still have to have it for after the anti-magic zone goes away.
Potentially, it would also depend on the concentration of the vein. If it's a thin vein, then yeah, like where Piglet's at, I could see it. But with how it's described and how it's placed down, it would have the adverse effect. The whole intensity of the vein and more is exposed, more is available on surface level. Instead of anti-magic, it would just condense and push the field like gravity, and it would continuously condense the field to where it'd be a area of negligible effect. That's how strong this is.
Okay.
So in
Question.
theory, it would work. It could work, but only to a certain degree.
All right. So,
Also, I feel like the
questions.
rapid expansion of that once the field goes down would be explosive.
Yes.
Now,
Not
I
a
want to
problem.
know if I can't move my character, but if I move my character to, I could right here, would it be possible me to use stone cunning to check the 60 feet around there of the entrances, or map it out in my brain to
You have
see if it's
you have
stable?
you okay. So you want to use stone cutting where you're at, 60 feet in all directions for 10 minutes to do what?
To see if I can map it to see if it's stability or there's ways or anything like that.
Mm,
Just had a question. This is how I see it: is
Grab
either
on
go
where you
through the
get it.
hole or go through here, or open the magic door.
Yeah, it's not like we can get back up to the other pipe.
No. Oh well. Dennis
No, we
could
cannot.
without his
No,
brew. Dennis
no,
can
nope.
with his
he doesn't
brew.
have
Dennis
that anymore.
Dennis
Oh.
re-rolled. He drank from it as well. Um, no. Stone cunning specifically is related to the origin of stonework.
No, that's 2014 Stone Cunning.
Oh, okay. Then let me check 24.
24 is you can use Tremor Sense within a 60-foot radius. No, it sit within 60 feet um, for 10 minutes.
I'm back.
Tremor Sense is actually good now. Or not Tremor Sense,
Stone cunning.
Stone Cunning. Actually feels useful.
Can pinpoint the location of creatures and moving objects within a specific range, provided that the creature with tremor sense or anything it is detecting are both in contact with the same surface. Cannot detect creatures or objects in the air, does not count as a form of sight. So the answer is no.
Oh, no sight. Fuck.
You essentially sense that there's something nearby in that direction.
That's all. If there's any movement, and it's for 60 feet only, right? That's not.
Hmm?
All right, guys. Igor, Dennis, guys.
Yeah.
So, but
Well, what do you guys want? I had a dream that I could open doors, and
I
as
don't
I
think
could
we should
see it.
go
we
that
could all open
direction.
doors. You
Oh,
just turn
well,
the knob.
oh no, that could actually physically manipulate and process a door on a wall, and it will
Like you
send
can build
us.
it. Yeah.
No,
All
with
you need
my
is tools.
mind. No, with my mind, I could actually build one.
Imagination. Got it.
Yeah. Well, now we got either going down this hole, which is deadly, or do you guys want to go to the south and see what we could find out, or I could make a door.
Well, I mean, I'm
What you?
still in a hole trying to get some rocks.
Okay,
Will we figure out if I broke some out or not?
okay.
What
What
if
do
you
you
put
think,
a
Igor?
What if you put the rocks in the bag of holding?
That's what I'm planning on doing.
Oh,
So,
okay. Cool.
did it break, Duncan? Or no? You said I
Yeah,
dug out a chunk of it.
you took out a small chunk.
Yeah, I put it in my bag.
Okay. Uh, as
So
you put it in the bag shakes a little bit as it's trying to regulate it. And then after a minute or two, after about 10-15 seconds, the bag quietly shivers and then settles down.
I get the fuck out the hole. The herpy hole.
The herpy hole.
look on the real.
That's,
My
Anyways,
oh,
opinion.
great. That's great.
My opinion is. Uh. Yeah, let's find a way out of here. That's my opinion.
all right. So, would you guys want to go to the south, or you guys want
That's the only
me?
option we have, right? Or is there something to the north?
Oh no, no, I can make a door.
But
And since you guys did it,
what's the door gonna do for us? It's not gonna.
well, it could
It's
go
just
I know
gonna
you're a
be a
south.
dwarf and you
door.
have carpentry. Like,
Well, you
cool,
know
you can make
what?
a door. I can make
I
magic
I
items.
went I went ahead and focused on this area right next to me, before they could believe me. And magically, a door appears. I suppose, Duncan, right?
I think terms you want to use is materialize.
Materialize, yes. As he's like, no, no, I'm serious. I can
You know
do
what?
it.
Hold door.
In the blink of an eye, faster than your brain can recognize it, a 4 foot by 6 foot wooden door appears magically in front of Bartholomew, embedded partially into the stonework with a brass knob handle.
Okay.
You see, guys?
You should
There's a
definitely
door.
be a general contractor.
General
You can
con-
definitely sell your services,
Hey.
make doors.
I'm well. That dream said I can make doors. So, you guys want to traverse this door, or you want to keep on going to the
So,
south?
so you're telling me you're gonna open a door that you just put in the cave wall, and it's not just gonna be a cave
but
wall on the other side?
I don't know what's
yeah,
on the other side, but I'm saying
I would
it's a
assume it's a cave
pathway.
wall.
No, it's a pathway. I'll go ahead and open the door, and I guess nobody can see. It's just like a
Uh, as
dimensional purplish black.
as you
Black.
open the door, you see all of you.
Well, I'm on the fucking thing. I never said I got. I'm still near
Oh,
the
you kind
hole.
of
yeah.
you peek up and over, and you're like, "Oh fuck, there's a door."
I'm standing behind the dwarf, getting ready to push him through.
Don't push me through.
You don't know that. Your back's turned. Your back is turned. As he opens
So,
the door,
damn, is that disadvantage?
uh, oh god. As you open the door, you all see a black, cloudy, and almost sparkling, like little bits of glitter, sparkling and swirling inside of the door. You do not feel anything radiate off of it. You do not see anything in it. You just see almost like a fog, this dark, black, swirling fog inside of it.
You want to go in?
Well, like I said, we could go in, or we could go to the south and investigate to the south.
I really want to push you
Uh,
in, man. Oh,
Revenge for last night.
well, damn it. I do have a high AC, right? Don't I?
No,
Or
that
that's
doesn't matter.
disadvantage. Jeez.
AC doesn't matter if you're just trying to fucking Spartan kick a bitch.
if it's a
You want to push me? I'm gonna just come out through the fucking door unless you close the fucking door. Or do you guys
no,
want to? You
no,
guys want
I
to?
wouldn't do that.
I just want to know,
I'm not
guys. Do
gonna
you want to
push
go
you.
through this magical door, or you guys want to go to the south and check? There's two entrances, right, Duncan? To the south.
Well,
There's
that's
one.
just dark. Why would I want to go into the dark?
Oh no! Remember, we still have like 3 jewels to collect, aren't we?
I will also say, right now we're in a precarious situation where we follow Piglet to a place without
Piglet.
looking for a way out, or Piglet, Dennis. We follow Dennis into a way that we can't get out.
Oh,
Do you have a way out of this hole?
guys?
Hmm.
I was wrong.
What do you
There's
mean?
not 13 planes. There's 103.
It's a ton.
I was wrong.
Narrow it down to 100 and just roll a d100.
That's what I'm gonna do. And there's a lot. There's a lot. Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me save this page really quick.
Okay. So do you guys want to go to the south and traverse, or we go to a random La La Land?
I've already said that I want to go south. I don't want to go through some.
I
I don't want to go to another place that we don't have a way out of. Because who's to say that once we go through, we can't come back? Or we don't know what's on the other side of this door that you just randomly pulled up. What if it's like Mr. Touchy's basement or something? Shit, man.
Mr. Touchy's basement.
okay. So we'll go to the south, guys.
Dennis?
Pals, I ain't going through some creepy ass fucking door. He just materialized out of nowhere.
I can let's go to the south then.
All right.
I close the door, and it vanishes.
As second as you hear the click of the lock, it just disappears, and the stonework that was holding it looks exactly like it did a couple seconds ago.
Did leave burn marks? That'd be hilariously awesome.
No.
Like in the shape of a door frame.
Nope.
Okay.
So, no door today. No Hodor. We then go south. Traveling through... I will hold on to this. Traveling through these caves, which you do need a lantern because only one of you has dark vision. Igor and Dennis do not, so you do need a source of light.
They got the little torches, no?
You do have some torches, yes.
Doesn't somebody have the light cantrip?
Yeah,
That
the
person is
rogue.
no longer with
Me?
us.
Oh, Mia did.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Oh, what is this? Not anymore, guys. Unless you guys, you want to tie me down? If you got nothing to say, can you guys tie me on a rope?
Why? Oh,
Because I could
I see.
see in the darkness, and you guys could hold on me, or Igor
Why don't
hold
we
on
just
me.
light our way? Like, what do we have to fear? Like,
Well, I just want to go first, so I could see if I could sense any collapse or anything like that. Us dwarves are one with the stone.
but like, what I'm saying is, we could just turn on like a torch, and all three of us can see instead of just one of us.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna go walk up to Gingie. I'm gonna say, stick out your weapon, and I'll make it glow. I can use
Yay!
magical tinkering to make the object shed light in a 5 foot
How
radius.
many things can you
3 per day.
three? Here, can you real quick light these two hammers for me? Like two war hammers and this axe, and I'm gonna start juggling them.
Okay, I can do 2, but I want something for myself too. So
Oh,
I'm gonna light his axes, and I'm gonna light my staff, so they all glow.
yeah,
Okay,
my war
how far is the glow so you can
It's only
see?
like a
5
5 foot
feet,
radius.
5 foot radius for and dim light for an additional 5 feet.
And what about a torch? How was the radius on a torch?
We don't have a torch, motherfucker.
I thought you
I
guys have a
do.
torch.
No,
I
you
just don't
do.
have a lit.
They should have a torch or a lantern when you
You
put
all should have a
one.
torch.
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
mean, I
saying.
have more than a torch. I
You
have
know what?
10.
You know what? Instead, if you want, instead of my staff, I could put it on a tooth
Torch
and
is
throw
20.
it.
Torch is 20 feet bright, 20 feet dim.
Well, I mean, I
That's
could
what I'm
just put them on the
saying.
teeth. Right, 3
And
teeth
that's
throw,
radius.
That's
throw them
radius, and it
each.
only burns for
No,
an hour.
Well, if
wait, wait,
everybody has
wait.
it, everybody has a torch. You
Just,
take
just, just.
turns.
Okay,
Okay.
I got a better idea. I remember I heard about this. I'm gonna use my rope, make it glow, and have it stretch out the amount of feet it has to light up the entire cave, and then continually move it like a snake.
That's smart. Uh,
The entire length of the rope will glow in a 5 foot radius.
hey, Piglet.
Yeah.
Roll constitutions for me.
Wait, why?
Just do it.
Okay.
Just do it.
Okay.
Just do it real quick.
Yeah, actually, a question.
I
Oh my
did ask a
fucking God.
question. I said I asked you to do something for me.
11.
As you pull, no, as you reach, put your backpack down, and pull the rope out of the bag of holding, the 100-foot section of rope. Your mind briefly.
Wait, no, 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 no. It's
no,
not
no.
in my bag of. It is not in my bag of holding.
The 100 feet of rope you're carrying on your person.
Yeah, it coils itself around me.
Oh yeah, that stupid fucking thing.
You were gonna try and make me freaking do some Indiana Jones shit and burn
No,
my
no, no,
face
no, no,
off,
no,
weren't you?
no, no, no. I'm gonna do
Yes, you
something
were.
else. I'm gonna do something
Yes,
else.
you were.
Do something else real quick. As you magically push through your focus onto this rope, the back of your hands, you notice, have already begun to blister with magical sense on it. And as you move your hands to start for this rope for a moment, they pop and give you a deep stinging sensation and some slight pain, and you will take. How do I not have a
Oh,
fucking?
do I have like residue on my hands?
Yeah.
Ah,
You'll take 2 damage.
okay. Okay.
It
Ouchies.
stings.
What
It
type of
stings.
damage?
Magical damage.
All right.
And everyone
So
you see.
does it? So that means it reacts to spell casting and burns you. Interesting.
Eh,
Okay.
eh. You don't know that. That's a guess.
Oh, come on! I rolled a nat 20
That's a
on
guess.
my
That's a fucking guess.
on my Arcana earlier
You know
about
what
it.
it is, but not what it does. What it does to you.
Hey,
That's like
I
saying
got the herpes.
that's like saying I know all about this specific trapeze artist. Do you know what kind of school they had to go to and what training regimen they did? No. Doesn't fucking matter. But you do imbued your rope with magical sense, and like a slithery snake, it trails out in front of you guys, enlightening the path. It fucking burns. This continues on walking for a good long while. Easily, time seems to stretch as you walk through this pathway. The walls of the canyon of this pathway getting steeper, more jagged, less and less traversed whenever it was last traversed, becoming more raw, almost more naturistic. But the floor that you walk upon is oddly smooth, beaten, worn down, grooved, as if the pathways were naturally embedded within the stonework. What you thought was already been walking for 3 or 4 hours, as Bartholomew proclaims as he looks at his sundial watch, it's only been 45 minutes. You then continue to proceed on, take a little break, and stop for lunch. The dripping of water bouncing off these jagged rocks, deafening anything more than a couple feet away from you. The ceiling towering as if this is almost a crack under the world, encapsulated within itself. This cavern exists only within itself and not known to the surface. After the quote lunch break, you continue down this path as it feeds you, sloping downwards. Not at a noticeable slant, but enough to where you have to shift your weight a little bit to your heels as you walk forward. Time again stretches and warps around your own mentalities. The path widens almost gradually, as if erosion and water has carved into the stone naturally and widened this path. As you progress onwards, you do eventually see a pinprick of light in the distance. It just plops into existence. This is the first natural light you have seen since coming down here. It is not. It is just that tiny little pinprick against the black velvet skylight. And it seems to be in the direction you were walking. And you continue on. And continue. And continue. Even your feet, Igor, well traversed within the farm work of walking and working all day, are starting to get a little tender-footed and sore. You're tired of walking, trying to distract yourself by juggling your axes and hammers. Tired of listening to Dennis's shitty jokes and Bartholomew mumbling to himself. What seems to be another hour passes by. It's only 10 minutes. The thudding of everyone's heartbeat, pounding not only your chests but your head, the chafing of your armor and of your robes, now just damp and heavy with the cool condensation that you've been collecting upon your travel. It's starting to irritate and snip at everyone's mentality. No one likes the blisters forming on their feet or their ankles. Patience is starting to wear thin. But there is hope. Just before Dennis himself feels the need to deeply inhale and snap at Bartholomew, you round a corner, a gentle corner, and then a sharp hairpin turn to the other side. And all of you squint your eyes and look down and hold your hand up. Shimmering brightly as if there was a sun itself. Your eyes adjust and you look out across this almost deafening scene. And this is what you all see. Stonework with dim candles lit at entranceways and platforms. Stone bridges, almost houses or huts, and carved and made into the stonework in this cavernous wall itself. Looking up skyward, the pinhole now seems to be almost like a skylight, letting in the natural light of the day through. But the roar and compression and beating of your ears tells you that throughout the multiple waterfalls, the damp, slick moss and the hazy mist of dew floating and cascading down from the front seems to be you are behind a waterfall of some sort. But where the light comes from itself seems to be impassable, with giant blocks and jarring stonework making the trail to the opening impassable, even by normal standards. Not only that, it seems to be reaching itself almost several miles upwards in a slanting direction, and only gracefully shining through on this abandoned town built into the stonework itself of this cavern. You stand over a ledge, peering down and seeing this village made of stone and moss. But you see no one. You see no children running. You see no merchants rolling. You see lights. You see pathways. You don't even see food stalls. You see nothing. No signs of life. just the flickering lights of some crystals and torches, the overgrown moss upon the stone, and the architecture, the waterfalls beating and cascading into the abyss below, is the only things that you see and hear. Whew. Okay. DM dialogue over.
Talk about exposition. Okay.
I tried. I gave it a good
I know
shot
it's good.
there.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
I was about to tell you, can I do a stone cunning to see my only vibration anywhere?
How much? I'd save that for a little later. Whew.
So where on this is this what we're looking at, or are we using this as
No,
a map?
that is what you are looking at, and we're going to use that as a quote map for the foreseeable future.
Where are we currently located on this? At the bottom?
No, where you are is your current point of view. So think of like.
How to zoom out a bit.
Yeah, so think of like, let's make this extra large. Think of like everything right here is like the platform that's overlooking all of this, and boop, 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 boop is the pathway.
Okay, so we'd have to go that way. Okay.
Correct. That is the best way I can explain it to you guys.
Got it. I don't know how the fuck to race.
I can do it.
I will sit down on the precipice, feet dangling over the side, and just look at it for a while.
Yo, Igor, you got something to eat?
Oh, you never told me, by the way, how much food I picked up from those rooms.
There's a
later.
ton of food in the bag of holding.
Y'all have a fuck ton of food. Y'all
Yeah.
should
In the
not-
bag of holding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a metric fuck ton, like 3 whole entire stock rooms full of food.
You have enough quote fresh
Dennis,
food to last you a month.
Yo, Dennis, let me get something to eat. And what time is it in my sundial?
Your sundial is saying 7 o'clock at night.
And we walked for a whole day.
Yes.
Damn.
Y'all walked basically the equivalent of like 22 miles.
We're definitely outside the city limits at this point.
Yes.
Are we gonna set up camp, guys?
I say if we're gonna set up camp, we set it out outside of the.
Back in the cave.
Well, yeah,
Or at least the
probably.
mouth of the cave.
Or we find somewhere in this city that's close to the entrance that we could probably hunker down in or bunker down in. But I don't think we should go to
Dunk it like it's
explore.
hot. Dunk it like it's hot. Hey,
Technically
Denny, how you
speaking,
doing, bud?
And
Thanks
that
for the
would
cheers.
be here.
Thanks for the cheers.
Maybe I
We
was
go this
also
way.
thinking this building here.
We're currently in
Oh, I go this way.
underground cavern exploring. So that's what we're currently doing and having fun with. So that's where y'all want to try
yeah.
to go. Yeah, just dig up. That works. So here,
Yeah, just right above you.
here. You could also potentially try right here.
Well, I do like the idea of not crossing that bridge if we can help it, at least for tonight. Because what if we need to retreat expeditiously?
Yep, scary bridges.
Not that I know what that word.
Yeah, Igor does retreat fast.
Yeah. If we need to quickly retreat, one of our best ways of getting out is a bridge, and they could just easily break the bridge.
So, this is gonna get so confusing so fucking fast. but bear with me.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
I'm gonna go check on my kids.
Okay. Uh, walkway there. Walkway there. Ooh, circle is bridge. Bridge. Walkway. Walkway. Bridge. Bridge.
Fuck me.
Bridge. Everything with
I could put,
everything with hard corners is like stonework to where it's solid footing. Circulars is
I,
stonework bridge with something maybe supporting underneath it, maybe.
in
All
other
right.
words, go to sleep.
Yeah, basically the smartest thing as a DM, as from a DM's perspective, and my idea, figure what the fuck this is. Maybe a shop or two above it, or a place above it, but stay on this wall until further notice. Maybe see what all back here does. Don't cross the bridge unless absolutely necessary, or that risk is willing to be obtained. But that's me. Whether that's the good thing to do, the bad thing to do, that's how I would think.
How many hours have we been traveling?
You have traveled 11 hours.
Bro, we gotta take a break, bro.
You stopped for about a half an hour to rub your feet,
Yeah.
put some food in your belly, and then you're like, all right, continue on. But you've done a whole days of hard rucking. I will
You
say
guys, we
that.
gotta. Can I tell the guys, like, okay, guys, I understand. We see this nice and new, but can we just take a rest and regroup, see what we're gonna do after this? Up to you guys, though.
Yeah, we can take a second we can take the night to camp out.
And this way you could see if any fire turns on and see if there's any locals around at a
They
distance.
are grouped up.
I just don't want to be fall into danger. You know what I mean?
Hmm. I
What do you say,
think
Duncan?
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm,
Someone
I'm
set
the
off
DM.
a
I'm
pipe
not.
bomb or some shit.
Taking a rest.
so.
I will picking a rest right now.
Yep.
So what I miss? What are we talking about?
Okay, so
We're
there's.
gonna.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry. We're looking at probably settling down for the night. Um, like nowish. Instead of keep going, but we
Yeah.
don't want to cross any bridges tonight because we don't know what if the bridge is like fully supportive. Um, and two, we don't know if we get over that said bridge. That right now our only known escape is back this way. Um, so our means of escape could easily break down. So if we
I have the
stay on
magic
this side of the
rope.
bridge, we can kind of hunker down for the night and maybe even like look around a little bit before we go
I,
to sleep.
I was saying we have the magical rope, so we can easily get across something.
Could you?
Yeah, you just tell it to stretch in the direction, tie off, and we just rope across.
Do you really think Igor is that good of a tightrope walker?
He doesn't really not tightrope it. He could just you know, like we can
What are you calling me, a
Well,
swing,
monkey?
I
climb.
just vote
Calling you a
Yeah.
like
big man,
Okay.
Igor. Calling you a big man.
from my
Okay. So
perspective, I just want to rest because we've been walking for nonstop for 12 hours, and we don't. I want to just look, scout and see what happens in the city later on.
well, either one we choose, I'll cast the alarm spell, so we'll be safe either way. So we won't be
Look.
like hit in our sleep.
Mhm.
It's a 30-foot radius or a 20-foot cube around us. So it'll wake us up or sound an alarm to wake us up. So whichever one you choose.
Well, that's what I
I,
choose. It
I could
depends
also
on
cast
you
it
guys.
twice, so I can have it. We can have it to where it's a 20-foot cube in front of us and a 20-foot cube behind us if we're in the cave.
Or you want to have it in front of the cave, or what? Or against a wall? This way you could just sit forward.
What?
You say we have like a back on a wall. You could cast it a little further, right then.
Doesn't matter. We get them back when I wake up. So
Oh, okay, never mind.
yeah, and then also to what you're saying, Igor, we don't know the stability of said bridge if we try to cross it,
Hmm.
and I can't fly anymore. So
Mm-hmm. So I guess you're gonna
cave
figure it
then.
out. Yep, cave in.
You good with that, Gingy? Or
Yeah, we're gonna go in to the first building on the right.
door? Oh, we are okay. That
That's
would
what I heard.
be. Oh, I said the cave, but we can go here. This one? I don't know why I did that.
Yeah,
Annoying.
that's what I thought we were saying we were doing. Right? Is that what you were saying, Shadow? Or were you saying stay in the mouth of the cave?
No,
Oh,
I'm
that's my
just
drawing.
it's either or. Like since something new, I want to be a little bit more toward the cave because we dealt with everything in the cave. Compare if you want, if you think it's more secure, we could go to that first building,
It is
scan
not
it, and
working.
then.
Yeah,
There it
So I
is.
let's do
guess
that. I
that
guess.
seems the place to scout that building up.
What the fuck?
If it's not worth it, we'll move somewhere else. But let's scout that building first, guys, before we set up camp.
Why is it making circles? It's so confusing.
What do you mean circles?
When I'm trying to draw, it's like it was making circles.
Oh, probably whichever pen tool that you have it on. Do
I'm
you have
trying
it
to
on
go regular.
freehand? Freehand?
Yeah, I tried to. Yeah, clicking freehand.
Okay. So you're trying to go here?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. You all move there against the rocky path, the stone plate pathway, using that little. Jesus Christ. Oh, my eyes. Working your way down, and as you get closer, the entrance is only about 4 feet tall with for this particular one. So Igor, you kind of have to squat down real low and almost duck walk or hands and knees crawl into this to get inside.
Oh, so Bart, you must feel right at home.
Mm-hmm. He would.
This one's more like your door.
As
Maybe.
as you go inside of this door, uh, it is tunnel-esque. So it's that small entrance for about 2 feet, and then it opens up into one singular large room, about 6 feet tall, uh, 15 by 15 foot wide.
My God, it's my apartment.
Oh, I can picture his Gandalf hitting his head on Bilbo's chandelier.
Yep.
Oh, I'm
Uh,
just gonna lay down on the ground. The rest of this should be up to you guys. Good night.
Hmm?
So
It's
Duncan,
just one big room, right?
yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
have cast um alarm, not only on the entryway of where we're at, but on the tunnel entryway we came in on.
So just to make this easy for you guys, so like here's your entrance, and then it just opens up like this, and then I'll say right here is a stone ring like would be for a campfire. And a sky, and you could see along the ceiling where there is a specific groove where the smoke would collect and funnel out.
Is it cold?
Yes, actually. It is chilly.
Okay.
Generally,
So,
being underground, it's about 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yes.
so what I'm going to do, have my rope light. The fuck is with bullshit? Hold on. I think it's because it needs to be transparent. And do this. My rope go like this. So it lights up the interior. And then I'll have my spell like probably not black so you can see it. From like this point, 20 feet.
Yep. Okay.
And then, like I said, on the tunnel entryway that we came in, have
Mhm.
one at the mouth of that too.
Well, the mouth of the tunnel, of your little quote tunnel entranceway, is like right here. Like here's your pathway and your stonework,
Well, yeah, I know.
and
But
then like
you
here's
know what I
your
mean.
entrance. Yeah, here's your.
So basically, I want
It's
it to
around
encumber.
anything that would cover the front entranceway.
I just want to know if basically something's following us
Mhm.
into this caveway.
Mhm. And yes, Gingie, underground is technically 50 to 60 degrees. This is colder. This is like you would almost want a you would want a good blanket, and if you got wet, if you were to get wet this far underground, with how chilly and brisk this is, you would be at a serious risk for getting sick. So it is a bit chillier than 50 degrees. You're pretty deep. For
Isn't that
Doesn't
reference,
it
something
get?
like isn't something like me as a dwarf being normal?
for this, for not so much for Mia because she was a hill gnome, but for
I thought she
you,
was a halfling.
she is a halfling. Yes, you're right. For you, Bartholomew, it's a little colder than the area that you were brought up in, but it is homely. The dampness, the coldness, the small spaces, the stonework, it does put you at ease. But it is considerably colder than what you would consider normal for a standard underground dwelling. So at this point, you all just go to sleep.
For me, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you all sleep. The night passes uninterrupted, without fail. You wake up.
I'm thinking about changing my spells after the long rest.
What would you change up to?
I'm trying to see if there's something I can use a little better. Let me see. Hmm. I'll let you continue talking while I figure it out.
Okay. Uh, Upon awakening, you are all. Your muscles are stiff. Your muscles are stiff. You're
Even mine?
even
I'm a
yours.
soul.
Just because you're stiffened, you're dampened. Your clothes are slightly damp from the condensation and from the dew cascading from the waterfalls, coating everything in this area. Your muscles ache from a whole day ruck like that, but after a minute or two of stretching and getting some quick food in your bellies, that gently starts to go away. You wake up at about 7:30. Do y'all want to light the fire and cook, or do y'all just want to have easy hardtack? Easy hardtack. Oh no, you have the fucking food and everything from Piglet.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove or unprepared catapult and prepare um ward sanctuary. Sorry.
Okay. No more
And
catapult
because of
and
where we
prepare
are, I'm
sanctuary.
gonna remove identify and prepare featherfall.
Nice. Smart thinking on that one. Okay. So, do y'all crawl out and exit the little home? Or do y'all want to kind of sit in for a moment and get your plan together?
Uh,
What's the plan, guys?
I mean, I'm sure that as we're eating, we'll probably make up an idea of what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's wait. Let's see. Um, Dwarf, Bart, I think it
Yeah.
might be better for you to be the first one out. Did you end up looking out there last night like you wanted to see if you saw any motion?
I guess I didn't see nothing. Right, Duncan?
No, no. You looked out before the alarm spell was cast. You looked out and tried to look against all the other kind of alcoves and peek in. You didn't really see anything. The moss seems to have been really overgrown in this area, making the normal pathways slicked over and spongy soft to step in.
Yeah, even with Stone Carter, I can't feel nothing, right?
Correct.
No, you. I didn't feel nothing.
I mean, suffice to say, it probably is an abandoned like mining city. And by the looks of the size of this place, probably might be akin to a dwarf
It could,
city.
but why will this be
Hey,
abandoned
Dunkle, I'm
though?
also gonna get rid of
For the same reason that we're having
mend
issues.
and put on guidance.
Okay. No
For
more
the
man
sa-
kindness. Yeah. Go ahead, Gingie. I'm sorry.
No, I no, you're fine. I don't know if you can change cantrips, can you? You can only change level spells. I'm not sure. I've never. I don't really tend to
You can
change my
change your list of
spells.
prepared spells when you finish a long rest
Well, I thought
Okay.
guidance was
for
a
the for
guide.
the for the um for the artificer.
I thought guidance was a cantrip, not a spell. But okay.
It is. So that's why I don't know if you can, but I'm not sure. Um,
Oh no, you're right. When you gain level in this class, you can replace one of artificer cantrips, with another cantrip.
You can change your cantrips when you gain a level. Your at wills are
But
for long rests.
let me fix those back. So my cantrip, the guidance goes away, and I'll put the other one back. It was mend. Okay, cool.
Um, but maybe
Yeah,
maybe the reason we're in an abandoned town or an abandoned city, why it's abandoned is because of a lot of the issues that we've seen over this day.
yeah.
The questionable or may have been too much for them. Um, and it could have had some bad effects on their living state. Um, so maybe that could be part of the reason why there is. It could also be that the demand for whatever they were mining here was not there, so they just stopped and
Oh,
moved their way to the city or to the surface.
don't worry. Whatever the cause is, we'll continue investigating and searching. Worst case scenario, if any emergency occurs, I'll be happy to open the door.
Hmm.
So,
I
shall
don't know
we?
if I.
You,
Yeah, yeah. I think
well,
we should head on
we
out
continue
of this.
investigating.
Yeah.
I know you. Everybody's kind of.
Before we leave though, I do want to
Huh?
look around the room, see see if there's anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Looking around the room, it is pretty bare, empty. You do see uh, what seemed to be almost furniture-esque uh, indents in the ground where something that sat there or was used for a long time. Uh, what seemed to be like a worn-in little divot in the ground for a resting area. But that was only like 4 feet, 4 feet big, and enough that would be a good napping spot for someone like Bartholomew or even Mia's character, potentially. But
Benari.
Anari, thank you. But for one of your stature, that seems maybe like a good place to let your butt sink down. Uh, Within one of the corners are on the wall right there next to the pathway, the entrance and exit way, carved into the stonework. It seems to be a carving of a signet ring with a six-pointed star in the insignia.
It's a carving of a ring.
It is a carving of a ring, and it seems very smoothed out, as if like when people touch a bronze statue over and over and over, it gets smoothed away and
Yeah.
shiny. Same concept, but on stonework.
I'll touch it. I'll give. Do this thing.
You touch it and nothing happens.
Yeah. Kind of figured. But it looks like it was you were saying that the carving itself looks like it gets venerated a lot, so
Mm-hmm.
I would try to venerate it. But if that's all we're seeing, I'll be happy to leave.
After you leave and you see everyone else standing outside, you're able to finally stretch to your full height. You're finally able to stretch to your full height. What? Why are you circling that area?
I didn't mean to.
Ah.
Control
Boop,
Z.
boop, boop.
Control Z.
I have it. Whatever.
I'm
The
not used to
X.
using Roll 20.
Me neither. I just guessed and tried Control Z and it worked.
The X is where you guys are currently are. You're able to, on this shallow platform for you, because it's only about 4 feet wide, you are able to finally stretch with your arms up above your head on your tiptoes and really deep stretch those muscles from inside that cramped little dwelling. And as you look around, the entire area is now caked in almost a teal, almost like a teal color, a yellow, bright morning yellow sun mixed with the blue light refracting off the droplets misting throughout this entire area.
I picked up my rope, by the way.
Yes,
I have a glowing waistband, essentially.
you have a glowing waistband. Where, or what do you guys wish to do?
I feel like I would have probably said this last night as you were casting the spell. I feel like where we're at now, or even during breakfast, I feel like where we're at now, not only are we in this abandoned city, but we're no longer in the city limits that we were
Yeah, I
in
felt like
with
we're
Inari and
definitely
the
way
other.
past that.
So, what should we do? Do we want to keep exploring? Do we truly want to try to um, get revenge on this um, this guy that is going around randomly killing people? Like, do we need to do that? Do we still have to get these rocks that we have to put in the sarcophagi? Like, do we just
For end
forget
game right now.
everything that we did up to now and just continue on with this new?
Exploration.
Yeah.
Hmm. I mean, I'm down for exploring. You know, we're gonna need money eventually. We can always go back to that town. Um,
I do.
we weren't fully vested in that to begin with.
Would we
Should
know?
we turn back? Like, if you're asking if we should continue forward or turn back,
I'm asking, do we want to be expedient and take care of what we were trying to take care of before? Because if
that would be turning back, right?
yeah, turning back, but like if we feel like we can take care of that on a more of like a time like a slower timetable, then sure. But like,
What's more important, exploring this brand new thing in front of us, or feeling compelled to finish the half-assed thing that we started and traverse back and finish something that we weren't really dedicated to starting to begin with? Just for the sake of being a completionist and tying up a loose end.
what did Igor know about dungeons in this world?
Yes, this is not one of them.
Okay, because I was actually thinking Igor might think it is one of them because
No.
he's never really been in one. So
Dungeons are a whole separate thing,
okay,
and they are not naturally found like this. They appear, and they appear through a doorway, and then they're regulated. There's people of the government that are there. They let who comes in and goes, and groups and parties, and there's a whole spreadsheet, and there's all people around it. Sometimes even cities or towns are built around a dungeon because of how big it is and how much commerce it brings.
yeah, but I'm sure that dungeons can also either get lost and forgotten, or
Once an actual
they haven't been discovered.
they haven't been discovered, but they are discovered because a doorway, quote unquote, appears, and you will know it's a dungeon because there's very particular markings and everything, and it's giant magical
Okay.
presence, and also, dungeons are a really big fucking deal.
Yeah.
This just like what you said, a forgotten thing is more plausible than a dungeon, because a dungeon is self-encapsulated. There's only through those gateway doors are the only way to get in and out.
Yeah. All right. So I vote continue forth.
Me too.
Bart, Bartholomew, Bartimus Prime.
Shadow.
Get off of Tarkov.
He's trying to talk. I see him.
Come on, you could do it.
You can
Use your big boy
do
words.
it.
Oh.
Who's a good little cock? You are. Jesus Christ.
Da-da-da,
Da-da-da.
da-da-da.
Da-da-da. Da-da-da. We're waiting on Shadow. I'm assuming he's gonna say yes. So
Sam.
yeah, AFK crickets.
The one thing I was gonna ask Bart as well is like maybe he would know something of the signet ring marking.
That
Thought
is
it would be like a magical button,
yeah.
but it wasn't.
It's not a magical button.
Yeah, I know that now.
I know you know it now,
Well,
but nice try.
Igor
Nice
knows
try.
now. Igor
Nice
knows
try,
now.
Igor. Nice try, Igor. Oh goodness, is he really on Tarkov? No, it says he's in the voice chat. Still waiting. You know what? We'll say we start exploring next session. Because it's about time anyway. So we have a whole new town to explore. Fresh, bright, and bushy-tailed.
Alrighty.
I think he might have fallen asleep.
That's what I was kind of thinking. Because he has fallen asleep before.
Yeah.
What if we just all scream as loud as we can?
No. Yeah, I think he's snoring. I think that's him snoring.
It's
Or deep throating
funny.
his mic.
So,
Shadow!
thank you, everyone. Thank you all for viewing and listening and watching for this session.
And listening to him snore.
And listening to our friend snore. We will we will see Wakai's group on Thursday, and we will get back with FANFO's group next Monday at the same time. Hopefully a little earlier and a little faster, and not discussing for an hour specifics of a door and a certain spell. I bid you all
It
adieu.
wouldn't be D&D if there wasn't a door.
That's right. It wouldn't be D&D if there was no door. So, good night, everyone.